Hi there everybody, I'm back again from vacation, 12 days, sunny Spain. Um, it was hot, really hot, got burned twice. But let's just move on. um, I want to talk to you about Terrifier 1 in light of the new Terrifier coming out uh, early October in theaters. People saw it, the lucky ones saw it at I think, Fantastic Fest, in a film festival. At least, any case, in a film festival, and these were the lucky ones because, a few reviewers saw it. And I already had a taste of a review that they say, and it's not a spoiler by the way, but they are going more back to the, let's say, the more grounded version of art in the first one, but still have that lore from the second one. And Sienna is also back, the character, the badass character, the Jill, Sydney, and other final girls combined. She's really good. She's really tough. She's a good actress. I think it's her first role in Terrifier 2, but she's a good actress. She's coming back. Her brother too, and Art of course too. And it's not gonna be as long as the second one. It's gonna be just under 2 hours, and it's gonna be. And they say it's even gonna push more boundaries, the extreme kills, you know what I mean. And the girl with the fucked up face, that we seen in the first and the second movie at the end, is also having a more prominent role, maybe killing together with Art. But I know she's gonna kill a few people, so can't wait to watch that. But now I just wanted to talk about Terrifier 1. I'm gonna do Terrifier 2 also at some point. First of all, it's a movie made in 2016, directed by Damien Leone, written by Damien Leone. It was a super low budget movie, but you got the final girl is called Samantha Scarafide, Victoria, called Victoria in the movie. David Howard Thornton plays Art. These are the most recognized names: David Howard Thornton, Damien Leone. If you're talking about Terrifier, you hear those two names. The one is the director, the one is the clown. Now, Art the Clown. I'm gonna do a review. I'm gonna spoiler review, but I'm just gonna do a few minutes a non-spoiler review. And I'm gonna say I'm gonna spoil. So if you don't want to watch that, go see the movie if you're interested, or not, or keep watching if you're interested. So, Art the Clown. First of all, how creepy can you be? It's clowns were always creepy to me, like Pennywise. You've got the killer clowns from outer space. They're always creepy, but this one really tops, the cherry on the cake. He's just extremely creepy, the way he's doing, the way the mimes. He's never talking, and that's really cool. Really, David Howard Thornton. Maybe not a super famous actor, but the way he played Art with the miming and the facial expressions was really at moments funny, but always disturbing because it had such a creepy face. The way those teeth, those jagged teeth, which may be prosthetics, because in the beginning of the movie you see Art preparing with a TV on, but that takes place, so far as I know, after the first one. So he's preparing things, he's making new weapons, like just a piece of wood, jamming some nails in it, whiplash, but you know, a whip, but with barbed wire on it, like really crude made weapons, medieval like. But what you do see is that he's painting his face. So I always thought, okay, there's a guy under that. It's not his real teeth, and there's I even think you can see the back of his head with hair. I mean, it's a guy. It's basically a guy who's painting his face because he's painting, and you can see the skin. So it's weird in which direction it's going. I thought it's just this. In the first movie, I thought, okay, this is a guy just dressed up, but apparently in the second movie it proves that it's just not a guy dressed up. It's the supernatural element that is coming with him. Well, in the first one, we don't learn about that. We learn he's a serial killer. We know he's gonna kill some people. We don't know he's a little bit more than just a human. Okay, he's supernatural. Little spoiler, but okay. And the movie starts with two girlfriends, two friends, Tara and Dawn, at Halloween night, and they're, basically Art. He saw his mark, and he's gonna stalk them. Okay. Now they go to a pizza joint. Art comes in with a trash bag on his back, all these weapons and things like that. But he also has these nice tricks, like he's trying to woo some of the girls. He's like doing these magic tricks, standing on his knees and getting out a flower and things like that. And they don't want to accept it because he looks creepy and disturbing like. But at the same time, he's doing something nice, so they kind of take it and just saying, "Get the fuck away," and you see his face like going like this. I mean, he doesn't have to, you know what he's thinking, you know what he's actually saying just by visual expression of his face. And he keeps sort of badgering them, and the owner says, "Get the hell out of here, you bum, he's not eating," things like that. Okay, he gets the hell out, but eventually he comes back in, and then you're gonna see some gory shit, and the movie's really gory, and there is a particular scene which I actually thought was a little bit like the limits. It's a limit. In the second movie, you also have D-kill, and this one you have D-kill. You got a lot of kills, right? But this one tops the cake. This one is just the most fucked up kills. But the second movie, it's not so much. The first one has this torture porny vibe, but I saw something else that is way worse, and so I just shut it off because. But anywho, that's for the spoiler review. The movie isn't gonna be for everybody. It's made for slasher fans, not for the movie goer. If it doesn't like horror, or maybe likes horror but a little bit more grounded, not too much gore, this isn't gonna be for you. It's for a select people. These guys knew their stuff, and it's really grimy, it's really disturbing, it's gory, it's explicit gore, like Gylo movies, when they're really just doing close-ups and you see everything of they never do, or I don't believe they do off-screen kills. Everybody gets killed in a gory way, and they keep putting a camera on it. Also practical effects, all practically done, and that's what I really like. But the characters sort of lack something. The survivor characters, or the characters he honed in on weren't wow. There's also a twist in the middle of the movie, and that character comes in. It's the second movie character is a lot more grounded, has a little bit more to her, and kudos to her because I think it's her first movie. So, but it's actually a really cool slasher movie, cool looking new iconic villain, Art the Clown. He already starred in a anthology movie. I don't know the title. I've never seen that one, but there's a clip where he's in. He was already created, but now you have a movie, so 3 movies solely surrounding him. Also, I know the third movie is gonna be even worse. They're going even further with their limits, so prepare yourself if you want to watch that movie. Like I said, it's not for everybody. It's purely for the fans of slasher movies, horror movies, gore, and etc. Right? But other than that, they had cool practical effects, a cool looking killer, just the side the characters outside that, meh. Second one better. This one, meh. This one takes, I'm not sure, between an hour, 30 minutes, 2 hours. I think a little bit over an hour and 30 minutes. The second one is like 2 hours, 30 minutes. A really long cut, but it had a good pace going on. So, and this one too, but it doesn't take long before the bloodshed begins. So, should you watch it? Yeah. Again, if you're a slasher fan, a horror fan, if you're not, and you're just a moviegoer and want to see this because you heard from it, it may not be your thing because they go pretty far with their kills, right? So I will give it a 7 out of 10. For the moment, my favorite one is the second one. So that one was probably going to get a 7 point, but that's a later review. I'm talking too much about the second one. Damn. But I watched it like 3 times now, and it does get. I appreciate it more when I see it, but the first time I saw it was, oof, that's going just. I like horror movies, slasher movies. I like gore, but there's just that one scene, so I'm not going to into spoilers. So the scene that I'm talking about is I believe Dawn, the friend Dawn, she gets it in a way that you're thinking, what the fuck, Jesus, that just fucking gnarly. She's hanging basically with her legs open she's up under, so she's hanging down, not above, knees open, completely nude. You see her breasts. She only has a piece of underwear, luckily, and he gets this saw, this thin saw where you can saw off a lock, and he starts proceeding to start in her private area, and her vagina, and just slashes her open from there, and you can see everything until the head, and she just splits open, and that was a scene I thought a little bit, but then I saw something, and that's something entirely different, and then I got, okay, that's a limit, that's okay for me now. It was a scene which was supposed to be a found footage movie. I was looking for something new. I don't know the movie, I can't remember the title, but title was. It's a scene where a girl is running from a maniac with a drill, you know, a drill, small drill, and she gets caught, put on a surgical table, and eventually she's like doing, and you see her body from here to here, and you see like like going like this. You see the drill getting in a wound, and okay, she's in the belly somewhere, and she's starting to go, blood coming out of her mouth, blood coming from there. And then you see the entire picture. It's just a vagina, and he's drilling in a vagina, and that was just too much. And that's torture porn. That's really torture porn. You can see the fucking vagina, which it looked real. I'm almost thinking they used something plastic and put it in there multiple times. It goes in like this, and it was just, yeah, put it off, never look back. So the torture kill was okay by me at that point. Other scenes like Art completely nude except his facial mask, you know, and he's running around in a, he's really scrawny built, and he's running around with his dick and his balls out, and it's a weird scene but disturbing at the same time. And he's trying to be funny. It's somewhat funny, but in many cases I didn't want to see that. Your killer's balls and dicks just dangling about his package, right? But they're extreme. I mean, they're extreme kills. Like he's flaying people. You know, like I said, the girl that's sawn into half. Um, the pizza joint in the beginning, he kills the two cooks. One he think he cuts the head off and puts it on the counter, and the other guy gets stabbed in the face 50 fucking times, and he's like, you see the head and you see the knife. He's completely just maimed. You can't see the face anymore because it's completely just whole, you know, a hollow face because of the stabs. And he, in that restaurant, he went to the toilet and he had a shit, and he put his name Art with his own shit. So pretty disgusting scenes. But like I said, there's this twist. So you have Tara and Dawn. Dawn gets it first. Then Tara is binded and she has to watch everything, but she escapes and she starts to fight Art, but she's trying to run away, and she's trying to contact her sister. She gets through Victoria, who is studying, but she's asking to come and get me. She doesn't believe it, what's going on, but okay, because she thinks she's drunk. Okay, I'm going to get you again, and you know, this and this and that. But Tara is like, at some point you would think, okay, she's gonna be the final girl, and no, she's not. She dies. I don't remember how. I thought slit her throat, or she dies eventually. And Victoria comes, and she's gonna be the next girl, the final girl. And of course, you have that scene with the janitor who just gets their exterminator. They're fuming the place with gas, and he gets, you know, the fire extinguisher and he's smashing it with, you know, the thing, and he's just smashing his head in, and you can see all of it. It's like a watermelon getting open. And also, you know, there's this homeless woman that has a doll. She's living there, and she thinks the doll is her mom. She comes across Art, and he's just trying to be sweet in the beginning, but then when I think it's Victoria who sees her, thinks he sees her, but it's Art wearing her skin. He flayed her, and then looking at her, it's just creepy. It's just downright creepy, and like fire extinguishers, well, not something little, flaying, sawing people. It's just really, and the final girl survives, but at what cost? Because she gets rescued by the police, and meanwhile, Art is peeling off her face and eating it. And the police come in, shoot him through the eye socket, eye hang out, brain matter hang out behind the head. He falls down, supposedly dead. They find the girl, and then you see that she comes out of the hospital, and then you see that the girl on the TV in the beginning of the movie, when Art is preparing for things, you can see it's the girl that survived the first one completely. I mean, like her eyes gone or something, it peeled off skin. It's really creepy looking, disgusting looking, and she eventually, at the end, when she's doing an interview with a host in front of a crowd, and she said, "I'd rather die," and things like that, and she's normal, but then the other one says something to her that she takes personal, but she keeps her calm, and then when the host is in her makeup chamber, she's standing somewhere in the corner, and then she starts to stab her in the eye, stab her everywhere in her face, cutting off her flesh, things like that. And she starts laughing, and so now you look like me, and things like that. And she's became batshit crazy. So like I said, she survives, but at what cost? For the main face, plus the fact that she became crazy. And she's gonna have a more prominent role in the third one, because in the second one she comes in a cameo, and in the third one she's gonna be more utilized, maybe even killing with Art the Clown. So she somehow has a bond with Art the Clown. This movie, it's one of those movies, same with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. If I always watch the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I have to take a shower. It's like, these are good movies, but you feel dirty in a way. Yeah, it's Terrifier 1 is really, that's why the second one I like more. You have even a girl clown, which actually is more terrifying looking than Art, in my opinion. Yeah, it's and I'm a slasher fan, so it isn't a bad movie. I'm gonna give it a 7. So it's not a bad movie, but it's one of those movies you're not gonna see at a weekly base. I think it has rewatchability, but it doesn't give anything about Art. There's no explanation about him. There's just him killing in this building, and that's it, and that's what's happening. So, but we know at the end of the movie, we see that he just comes back to life and gets up with his eye out, his brain matter hanging out at the back of his head, and the movie ends. So he is supernatural, apparently. Like your Michael Myers or Jason's, right? Um, so, like I said, the movie isn't for everybody, but if you like slasher movies, give it a watch. Be warned that if you like slasher movies, more simpler, some gore, this one's gonna really, I mean, even giallo horror movies aren't as explicit as this one, and it only gets more and more with each movie. I'm I probably think the third one is, they're gonna even take it further along. So can you imagine? So yeah, that's my thought about Terrifier. It's not my favorite movie, but it certainly has a cool killer, disturbing, creepy, funny at times, but really, really iconic villain. It became an iconic film, with a really small budget, and the practical effects are really well done for the budget they had. The second movie was actually just made by crowdfunding, things like that. So even they don't have a big budget, their practical effects that I think bigger budget movies try to do with practical effects that look fake, that this one doesn't. So enjoy if you're a slasher fan. And of course, the second movie is I'm gonna do that one too. And then the third one, I'm gonna see as fast as I can and then review it. But gonna I'm always not gonna say just, normally I just review and start the entire movie, spoiling it, but I'm gonna try to put a stop to it when I'm gonna go to spoilers, and then you have a choice to keep watching or not. So, okay, see you next time for the next review. Bye bye.